Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nancy and today we are here to discuss about one of the most popular exams of India, the Common Admission Test, CAT. So we are going to discuss certain things which you have to be aware of before you decide to sit for CAT or you start the preparation for it. So what is CAT? The Common Admission Test is basically an all India test which is given by 2 lakhs students per annum, and it gives you the access to the most reputed colleges of India which offers the best management programs, especially MBA and PGDM. Also, this exam is completely computer based online exam and it is given by 2 lakh students per annum in the month of November, and the expected results are out by the January second week. The next question is who can sit for the exam and what's the eligibility criteria for this exam? So the answer is everybody who has completed their graduation with 50% of marks can sit for the exams regardless of the field they have graduated with. You can also sit for the exam in your third year or in your last year if you're an engineer. So basically the exam takes place in November and it almost takes an year for the admission process to get over. So if you're wishing to continue with your MBA program right after your graduation without a gap, you should sit for the exam in third year itself, or you can take a gap, you can prepare for whole year and then you can sit for the exam next year too. And so the next question which we're going to discuss here is which are the courses and which are the institutes who are only accepting CAT exam in order to give admission to them. So basically if you're somebody who is wishing to pursue their post-graduation degree in management programs such as MBA and PGDM and is wishing to do it from the top colleges of India, you must be knowing that CAT is an exam which gives you the access to the top B schools of India such as IIMs, FMS Delhi and much more through your CAT scores. So basically it works this way. See, you have this particular exam and every college have their particular fixed percentile. So whoever scores that much of marks or more gets a call from the college for the interview. So for example, if you have scored 95 percentile, so you are definitely going to get a call from all the colleges who have accepted 95% as their cutoff. All right. So till now we have discussed about the exam, the eligibility criteria, the institutes and the courses which are being offered through this exam. So now we're going to discuss about the syllabus of the exam. So this exam consists of 3 main subjects, and the subjects are quants, verbal ability and DILR. Quants is the second name of mathematics, so you are going to get mathematics. Then there is VARC. VARC is verbal ability and reading comprehension, so you are going to have English. And then you are going to get LR and DI. LR is logical reasoning, and it's a subject which many of us have already faced and many of us have no idea about. So it's logical reasoning and it is mainly invented to test your brain skills and your solving skills, your mental ability. It has tricky questions, puzzles to be solved, and it's basically a time-taking question. It has more logic than formulas. And then there is DI. DI is data interpretation. So you have basic pie charts and bar graphs, and you have questions based on those bar graphs and pie charts. So you need to solve them. It's a mixture of logical reasoning and basic mathematics. So these are the 4 subjects. Actually, they are considered as 3 because LR and DI are taken together. So you are going to have 3 subjects and you need to prepare everything about them. So this exam basically has 76 questions in total, in which 26 questions goes to the VARC part and the quants part each. And you're left with 24 questions in DILR. So you do not have all the questions as MCQs here. You also have theta questions as a part of this exam. Theta questions are basically the type in the answer type questions where you need to type in the answer and you would not get any option to choose your answer from. Going ahead, how many theta questions do we have? So in the VARC part, just as I said, we have 26 questions in total. So I would like all of you to keep a notebook and a pen with yourself and note all this down in order to get help from this later. continuing the part. So I told you that there are 26 questions in VARC part. So we have 18 questions as the MCQ based, and the 8 questions will be from TETA. Coming up to the coming up to the DILR part, we have 18 questions for MCQs, and we have 6 questions for TETA. We had 24 questions in DILR totally. All right. So the next part will be quants. We have 18 question MCQs. We have 8 questions TETA. So that's how the questions are distributed. All of these questions are having 3 marks each, and there's negative marking applicable in this exam. So if you give the correct answer, you will receive 3 marks. You will score 3 marks. And if your answer is wrong, you are going to lose 1 mark per question. The good part is that you do not have any negative marking for the TETA questions. So no matter you type in a wrong answer or a right answer, you are not going to have negative marking over it, and they're not going to deduct your marks. So make sure that you attend all the TETA questions and exams. Coming into the next part, we discussed about the subjects. We discussed about the number of questions that each of the subjects are going to have. Now we're going to discuss about the syllabus, that what you need to do. Alright then, so while talking about the syllabus for the CAT exam, we should be feeling very fortunate that this exam has a very, very definite and a very specified syllabus, which is pre-mentioned. You just need to refer it, you need to list down, you need to jot down the chapters, and you need to just learn those chapters before the exam, and you'll be good to go. So coming up to the VARC part, you have 4 main things to study here, which are RC passages, para jumbles, para summary, and odd one out. So RC passages are basically those unseen passages we used to solve in our early days, and the only difference is that the level here is way too high. These passages are very long, very lengthy, very difficult to understand. The odd one outs are basically picking up the wrong sentence or the word from the sentence. The para summary or the para jumbles are similar things where there's a sequence given and the sequence is wrong, and you just need to find out the sequence of the particular sentences and fix them in an order that they make sense. Coming up to the DILR and DILR part. So DILR has a very specified amount of chapters. They only have few chapters, and you have to study all of them when you prepare for any exam. They have chapters like the LR has chapters like blood relations, puzzles, seating arrangements, linear arrangements, and much more. So you have to study them. DI has bar graphs, pie charts, and all those. So you have to study them, probability and all that. Coming up to the mathematics part. So it has all the chapters of mathematics. The only difference is that it has a ratio. So you have arithmetic, you have algebra, you have geometry, you have mensuration, you have coordinate geometry, you have the modern maths part, you have everything. But you need to understand what's your strongest point and what is that portion which is playing the domination role in the particular subject, and you need to have a grip over that. The next question is, when shall I start the preparation? What is the duration needed to prepare for this exam? And what is the procedure of starting the preparation? Let's talk about the duration period. So basically, I will suggest you should always go according to your ability. If you are somebody who has left maths long back and is a non-science background and is planning to sit for the exam in 3rd year itself, you will be struggling in managing time between your college and your MBA preps, because you'll be having your 3rd year and loads of assignment to do. Also, you'll be having few months left in CAT, and you will be having a struggle doing that. So start as early as possible, give less time, but start it. The next part is, how should we start preparing about the exam? So talking about the verbal ability part, this exam has the domination of RC passages. What do RC passages need? How do we prepare for RC passages? First, read and read and read a lot. What does it do to you? Why should we read? Because reading a lot will increase your reading speed. You will be able to understand a paragraph once when you go through it. That is what reading does to you. So you have to read a lot, because RC plays the domination here. And if you can score good marks in RCs, you're definitely scoring good marks in the whole VARC portion. All the topics that I told you earlier about the VARC part, be it RC passages, be it para summary, para jumbles, odd one out, all these topics are mainly based upon the reading skills and understanding skills of a person. and it can only be increased when you read novels, read books, read newspapers, read articles, read anything that you want to. Just keep reading. So coming to the LRDI part. So LRDI part has only one process of studying, that is practicing. Pick up questions from online, pick up questions from books, anywhere, start solving them. LR is not like maths. It won't bore you. It will only test your mental skills. It's very fun to solve it. Just make sure that after this video, you just go through few questions of LR and understand what LR is if you have not been through it. It's a very interesting subject, and for a non-science background student who is weak in maths, just like me, LR, DI, and verbal ability, these are our strong parts. We need to be very good in it. All right, then. So, how do we prepare for quants? Basically, if you're a non-science background student, the first thing you want to do is learn tables, learn square roots, learn cube roots, practice Vedic maths just for a week in order to improve your calculation. Once you're done with this, go back to your NCERT books, class 10th, 9th, and just solve those chapters, few sums from each chapter in order to brush up your mind. Once you're done with that, I have watched maybe 1,000+ videos over the CAT preparation ideas and the syllabus, and I have talked to teachers, I have analyzed old papers, I have talked to people who have already sat for the exam. And one thing that is very clear is the majority of questions in the quant exam comes from the arithmetic part. Arithmetic part is basically a part of maths which consists of chapters like simple interest, compound interest, profit and loss, time, distance and work, pipes and systems, HCF, LCM, divisibility, all related to numbers. So basically the majority of, in fact, the 50% of the portion, 50% of the question in the quant paper falls from the arithmetic part. So you need to be very, very strong in your arithmetic part, no matter which background are you from. You are an engineer, a doctor, a management aspirant, anything, but you need to be strong in this. And the other parts like geometry, mensuration, algebra and stuff, they have the role, but they are comparatively lesser in the proportion. So you need to do it, of course, nothing has to be left, but the major concentration has to be put on the arithmetic part. So that's how you start the preparation. So I've explained you everything regarding the preparation, how to start preparation and stuff. Now I'm going to tell you the books that you should buy when you are starting the preparation. For VARC, there are some books which are amazing. A book called Word Power Made Easy by Norman Lewis. It's another level book recommended by each and every person who ever recommends you a book for SCAT. And then you can go ahead with books for Arun Sharma. Arun Sharma is a writer who has specialized books for cats. He has books in all three genres, like all three subjects, quants, LRDI, and VARC. If you want to follow Arun Sharma, you can just go ahead and take Arun Sharma. For mathematics, for quants, you can either take Arun Sharma or you can take R.S. Agrawal. For me, I use this R.S. Agrawal book. This book, I got it a couple of years ago when I was sitting for my BB entrance itself. It's a very thick book and it has all the chapters that you can ever think of. It has so many questions, say 300 questions per chapter. And so coming up to the part where we discuss that are there any other exams that are similar to CAT and are used for MBA admissions? Yes, there are many exams. So basically there are around 11 exams, but CAT is the most tough exam, and it's the best exam that you can give because it gives you the access to the best colleges among all the colleges that we have in India. So the good part is that all the exams have the similar paper pattern and subjects and syllabus. So when you're preparing for your CAT, you are getting prepared for all those exams automatically. So you don't need to worry. All right. So the last question for today is a coaching or self-study, which is better? I think a combination is better. I would never say that you should never go for a coaching. Coaching is something which can provide you a proper guideline and you won't have to gather stuff from here and there in order to prepare. While talking about the revised edition of the duration of CAT, we must know that earlier CAT had 100 questions and 3 hours to solve them, but now it has been reduced to 76 questions and you have 120 minutes, which is 2 hours to complete the questions. And each question consists of 3 marks. Earlier, we used to have an exam of 300 marks. Now it's only of 228 marks. What is a good score in CAT? So basically, if you want to score a 99 percentile in order to get into top IIMs, you have to make sure that you score at least 50% of the total marks, which is 114 or above. So you will get a straight 99 percentile. Also, there's a sectional cutoff in each of the section, which is 40%. So you have to score 40% above in each of the sections, BARC, LRDI, and quants, to get a good score. And if you're not able to clear any of the sectional cutoff, you're not going to make it. Alright everyone, so that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube video. I'm planning to come up with some more videos regarding CAT in some brief explanation about the syllabus and everything in my upcoming time. You would also see my preparations, my personal techniques tracking down on this YouTube channel. So if you're interested to know and if you want to be a part of my journey and if you're someone who's looking up to prepare for CAT, definitely subscribe my channel, and all the best for your future. Just give it a kickstart and start from tomorrow. And yeah, I wish you all success. Goodbye.